Welcome back everybody, welcome back especially my patrons. There we go, a big black box from the UK, from Paragon. It's your rider, unfortunately not mine. But, you know. And thank you, of course, Robert, for sending this bow. And there's something else. Look what I got. Patrons, I think this is not for you. This is purely for me. That's for me. Awesome. Thank you very much, Robert. The rider. New invention with a lot of thoughts went into. How do I open this one then? The string in a tube. Because I need to ship it then to one of you guys, my patrons. And if you are not a patron by now, I don't know. I mean, you have the chance to win this. Or not to win, but I will do a giveaway and you have the chance to get this bow. First of all, the nice leaf from Paragon, as we know it. And then, ladies, the black one. Ladies and gentlemen, the rider. It's, let me tell you a few details first. Has a length, and I like that Robert does it properly. From belly from knock to knock. I think so. 56 inches. And the max draw of this bow is 34. Yes. Which will give it a F value of, you will see it then. And look at this interesting shape. We have first a reflex, then we have a deflex. Then we have the sear, not too long, but with a very nice bend in here. Handle is Tatar style, just from my hands. And black, oh, what a pretty bow. So of course, craftsmanship, I don't have to tell you anything. One thing Robert changed with this bow is, first of all, the limbs are quite thick. And you see this black layer inside. It's not the stable core anymore, which we knew from bear paw. It's something else. He developed, or he found something new. He did a lot of testing, a lot of research, a lot of bow building to get this new kind of stabilization, even for a heavy curved bow. As you see, it's really curvy. But he said with his technology now it's very sturdy, and we will figure that out for sure. A really pretty bow. So let's give you some more details. So as said, 56 from knock to knock. Overall full length is 58 inches. Full length of strong bow is 130 centimeters. The length of the string is 50 inches. Brace height is 7 inches or 18 centimeters. Max draw length is 34 inches. Draw weight possible from 28 to 60 pounds at 28 inches. So, and the bow comes of course with a bag and with a string. And then of course you have available options included in the price. You can have it in clear or black, in different wood configurations, American walnut, ash, maple, cherry, and so on. Page 1 of 4. You can have bamboo limbs, you can have phenolic overlays in black or brown, these things there. And you can have the riser finish either. And this is the one I like a bit more. You can have here cow leather around it with a goat suede arrow pass, or you can have it naked. And you have these two small, how does he call it? Dual hard wearing arrow passes, no leather cover. I like this one. Feels awesome in the hand already. Hoo-ha. And only available with clear fiberglass. You can have dye stain on the bamboo limb. And then you can have Riser custom options, hard wearing arrow pass with leather grip. So you can have a leather grip. And this hard thing is then it costs £10 extra. So this bow he sent me is, and this is I like with Robert, he provides me with all necessary information, so I don't have to do a lot of guesswork or stuff like this. This bow has 37 pounds at 28 inches and has 44 pounds at 31, because he thinks that 31 is the mostly used draw length for this bow, even if you can draw at 34 inches. I will put a link in the description where he shows the bow, and he shoots the bow and he reaches always more than 200 foot per second. And he explains on the tiller stock why, so I can save time, because at 31 inches you have just the right string angle. And when you draw more, you go already over it, and this is what we call then stacking. So this is done. So, and the rest, we go from there. Good. Let's string this pretty bow. And you know, I'm a little, you know, because I don't want to give this bow away, but I promised, so I will do so. And we see here clearly the longer part, the shorter part. The longer part is down, the shorter part is up. So nice and cloudy again. Oh, this is such a pretty bow. I was so excited when I heard about the rider, and then I was even more excited when I heard that my patrons want to see the rider, and a lot of you wanted to see it. So. Yep. This is how a bow should look like. Brace height, 7 inches, looks like a bit more. Let's see. There it is. Let's check quickly what the brace height will say. No, it's 7 and a quarter. Maybe when you shoot a few times the string will come down, but you know, as always, the moment of truth, draw experience. 28, nice, 9, 30, 31, 32, 33. Back there you feel it then going up, but it's a continuous curve. Feels very good. So even 28 feels nice. The bow is sturdy. Sturdy. Good sturdy for a curvy bow like this with extreme angles, extreme sear angles. Quite sturdy. So even when you stand in full draw and you move your hand, it's not wiggling too much, so it feels very safe and secure. Wow. So again, that would be my draw length roughly. Feels nice. Even back there goes a little more. So 28 again, 29, 30, 31. Yeah, it's true. 31 is most probably the most comfortable draw length to shoot this bow. But of course, we go now back there. And then we shoot some arrows. I only need to find the right arrow weight. Recommended arrow weight is 9 grain per pound. But we will see which arrows I have. Maybe I have some lighter ones and some heavier ones. And we get from there. Oh, patrons, you should start drooling. One of you will have this awesome bow. Now, let's see. 28 inches, we have 37 with 9 grain. This is the closest. There are 300, roughly 20, 30 grain. So this would be the 9 grain per pound when you draw 28 inches. Ooh. So, what do we have? Little ongoing vibration, but not a lot. You feel it in the handle. But this can go away while you shoot a few times. So of course, you can do easy, very easy. This one, you can do easy. This one, so this all works. 28 inches, 9 grain. Feels good. So hand choke, nothing. And accurate. You only have afterwards a slight vibration because of the string. So now these arrows are 32 inches, so I draw a 31. That would be exactly 10 grain per pound. Goes through the haystack like nothing. Nice. So feels good. Nice. Cutter comes naturally. Very good. It kicks the arrows away. So I have now a little longer ones. At full draw, this bow has a little more than 50 pounds, and they are 540. So you are a bit above 10 grain. Let's see what full draw will say. Here you feel it. Whoa! What? 31 inch? Go home. Look at this. And oh, accurate. Oh, my shoulder was up. Nice. I think I might draw this bow 32, 33 inches. Just saying, Robert. And these are 31 inches and very lightweight, so they would be 7.8 grain or something. So very lightweight ones. Now we see how they perform. Then you feel a little bit of hand shock. So I would not shoot under 8 grain per pound. With 9 it feels fine, with 10 it feels very solid. Of course you lose a little speed, but wow, so you hear it? It's a little, goes on, goes on, goes on, goes on, goes on, goes on, goes on. Now it's gone, so this is, but maybe the string, we get there as we shoot one more time. Now let's see, 11 arrows, different lengths, different spine, different weight, all out of the hand. Wow, nice. So these long arrows, too high here, so nice. Lightweight ones. Yeah, they're okay too. We feel it a little. The range arrows. And 29 inches, nice. So even if you only want to shoot 29 inches. But here this is for me, yep. This is for me. A bit more than 32. This is 32. Nice. And 29. But of course, every magic comes with a price. 500 pounds, 570 euros. And I don't know now US dollars, but 570 euros roughly. We're talking about high quality, but a very premium bow. And I think it's already getting better. I shoot one more set and then we see at 20 and at 30 meters. 30. A little low. Okay. No problem. No problem ever. So the 10 grainies. Nice. Just you point there and it goes there. A little left and a little wobbly. I think I need to apply what I teach and then it works better. Yes, and the long ones. Yo, my favorite. More than 31 inches, Robert. Look at this. Yep. Ooh, I ruined the shot. And the lightweight 7.8 grain, 20 meters. Yeah, it works too, but you feel it a little in the handle. Ooh, that was a wobbly shot. But it's okay, so a few shots, you get used to it. Kicks every arrow away, 28 inches up to 33, something I think I drew. Well, I will manage. 330 grain is 8 point something grain per pound. 164. 169. 180, and now we're talking 10 grain. 153. 155. 153. 11 grain. 174. 100, oops, 48, I don't think so. 152 and 7.8 grain. 177. 178. We do this one more time. 183. They are 8 point something. 159. 162. It's quite a mix, but it's most probably me shooting. So 183. 10 grain. 153. 150, but you see, few shots. Accuracy is no problem. 151, 11 grain, but more draw. Oh, 155. 148. Nice. I like it. Throw a little more. 151 and 7.7 grain. 157. 161. So this is what I get out of the bow. When you watch the video, Robert easily, he has the same, does easily always more than 200, but he shoots a little heavier bow. I think his bow is 50 pounds at 28 or something. So that's why. Not too bad, not too bad. Still a little there, but handshock is okay, even with these lightweight arrows, but I would go really recommend it 9 grain per pound. Then you're just fine. The bit between speed and comfort in shooting, then it's fine. Pretty bow. So now you see the bow at 28, and I made one. This is 60 degrees. And you see here we are still under 60 degrees string angle, so still on the good side of performance, and it's already a pretty bow. So now I go to 30 inches. Oh, Madonna! 30 inches. We are still not there yet. See, there's still a little gap to the 60 degrees, so still fine, still good performing. I don't have 31 here, so I draw it now 32. So you see what we get, and now you see that the sears point backwards. And I guess now we are exactly, see, this is the string angle, because people ask me, no, not even, still a little under 60. That's cool. So, but this is just best performing level. 62 inches, just fine, and felt fine for me. And now, of course, you could go to 34. Oh, Madonna! So now you see the sears bending way back, and now you see string angle is higher than 60 degrees. Still far away from 90, but way more than 60, let's say 70, 65, 70, so not that much. So it's still, overall, surely in 34 inches, still good performing. And such a pretty bow. But you see now at 34, the limbs almost in the right angle backwards. This part here does not bend, so we have all the bending section here. But it's well made with these curves the bow has naturally. It's a really well made. Wow! Really pretty bow, huh? Now you know what string angle means. It's a very impressive bow. Of course you pay 570 euros for it, but I think it's worth it. It's very well crafted. The new technology with this new stable core really does a good job. So it feels solid. This one is even more solid, so even for a beginner, when you start horseback archers, when the bow is not too long for you, still pretty fine. Draw experience is nice, 28, 9, 30, 31, 32. After 32 you feel it coming a little, but still it's no problem to draw this bow 34 inches. You feel it a little, and as you saw, at 32 inches you just max out the string angle, the performance. Over it you will lose a little. By the way, the bow design is based on catalog number SA3158, bow of the Manchester Archery collection. Yeah, this bow was taken as booty at the defeat of the Ottomans and the Allies at the siege of Vienna, where it just was a coincidence, but in 1683. This is the rider. Uses efficiency, flexibility and reliability of modern materials to create a working replica without compromise. And now I need to talk to you, because I have one sending me emails and telling me I need to compare the real bows, means horn, wood, sinew, to all these laminated bows, because they are all not the real bows. Then I told him I don't have the money for it, so if he feels like, then he can please send me some of these composite bows. They start at 1,000 and up. That's fine. And then he said, you know, because you are lying, and so I have to apologize to all of you. I'm lying to you, because when I say no, this is a Tatar bow, this is not a Tatar bow, because it's not made out of the original materials. And he said with a Manchu bow. So I can't show you a Qing Dragon 2 and tell it's a Manchu bow, because it's not. It's only a Manchu bow when it's made out of horn, wood and sinew. Phew. What shall I say? It's still a Manchu style design Manchurian bow, even if it's out of different materials. And when you check history, it's not always that they built the bows with sinew, wood, horn. They sometimes used rawhide instead of horn, but maybe you did not know that. So always, And then mentioning as an example, I could use a normal steel blade and draw with a Sharpie some patterns on it and tell people this is a Damascus blade, which is not. How do you know? Nobody right now, nowadays, is capable of building a proper original Damascus blade. Many make them, they look like Damascus, they call them Damascus, but they are not real Damascus blades. So I think my viewers are not that stupid, right? So simply find another hobby. Don't annoy me. This is a Tatar bow made out of modern materials, but my viewers know this, and when they check then on the website, they see that it's a fiberglass or wood or PVC bow. Enough ranting. Back to the bow. My opinion, a very, very good bow. So Paragon, Robert, you really did something here. It feels very good. So the handle, forward, backwards, this drop shape design feels awesome. Still, Katra comes even with a longer bow like this. It's 8 inches overall. 58 inches overall length and 56 from nock to nock. Feels still good. You have plenty of control with this handle. Feels very good. The shelf is very narrow, which I like always. You know that I like narrow arrow passes, and you don't have the arrow doesn't point too far away. That's fine. I think the string came now down a little, was stretching a little, so I guess we are now exactly at 7 inches. Such a pretty bow. I said you can have this bow in different variations. I mentioned that before, but simply check on the website. All information is written there. Now I check if I forgot something, because, you know, this time it was a lot of paperwork. So this is what I mentioned. All is directly based off the original Tatar bows from the Ingo Simon collection. It's taking over from its very successful predecessor, the Tatar bow, using exactly the same dimensions but with a few design changes. Robert introduced a slight deflex, as you saw, into the new limb design to aid the stringing procedure, which is true. It's very easy to string and unstring, so you don't have this heavy flex in the handle, then it's hard to string. We have this deflex in the handle, which gives it still a nice performance, but it's easy to maneuver. To make this bow accessible, usable for less experienced archers, that's right. The bow tips are highly curved, yes, a little bit more than they used to be, but we like curves, Robert, so it's fine. When it comes to highly curved bow, stability becomes an issue. We saw this in the past, that some bows extremely curved, then there were the wiggle test. They failed almost in the wiggle test. This one completely passed the wiggle test with A+. The bow stores more energy and gets faster, but also in the same time becomes less stable. Accuracy will start suffering, not with this bow. In a less experienced archer's hand. So yeah, that's true. When you have one of these wiggly bows, you will not be happy, especially when you are a beginner. So I love curvy bows, as you know, especially the Tata design for its Cupid bow shape. I'm not a fan of straight limb design, especially at the transition from the Sai to Kazan and Bash. So I decided to create a bow which retains its stability and radical curvy design at the same time. And yes, he did that. When you pick up the bow, you will notice two things immediately. The bow is a little heavier, that's true, but it's a little... It's 490 grams or 470 grams, still less than half a kilo, so it's not overly heavy, but you feel it. You have a little more in your hand compared to others wiggly bows. The limbs are unusually thick for a laminated bow, which does not bother me at all. When it gives it stability, which we are looking for, is caused by the new stabilizing material on the belly side of the bow. I showed you the black layer inside there. So he removed the bare post stable core and put in his new material, and his goal, and I like this one, his goal with doing such a lot of effort in building these kind of bows is not just a good looking but a highly competitive bow in these modern days of the Olympic recurve bows, and hopefully attract more people towards Asiatic style bows. I can't add anywhere to this. This is exactly what we do, Robert. He thinks that 31 inch is the best. Many other bowyers, combating the stability issue of their bows by making the limbs straight. No? Or creating an extra long sear section which comes down nearly half the way to the sal section. Some Chinese bow builders make then the sear very long, so that they get the stability there and here, and only the short bendy section of the bow is then the wiggle part. M, which could make the bow stacking at a long draw unless the bow is built very long. Exactly. So when you have a long non-working sear, of course you get stacking because the bendy section is very short. Here you have a relatively long bending section and a very smooth bending section. So that's true. This is all getting from A to B. I'm doing the same thing, just from a slightly different approach by using this new polymer composite. Oh, now you know it's a polymer composite, which he is using now as his new stable core. And with this design, but it's wow. Let's try left hand. This is awesome. And it feels safe and secure. So wow, Robert, really wow. And the patron who will get this bow, awesome. Feels good at any draw length, this bow, even when you only shoot 28 thumb release or your, Kashai style, 28, 29 easy, 30 easy, 31 easy, 32 easy, 33 easy. It's easy all over the place. So it's now, after a few shots, the bow has no stacking anymore. No, not stacking. After a few shots, this bow is now warmed up and ready to be shot. Now it's smooth to draw up to 33. Then you feel it a little going up, because then once you pass the 60-degree mark of the string angle, you have to use more force to bend the limb backwards, and you feel it. But still, up to 32, wow, really well done. Thank you very much, Robert, for sending this bow to me. Unfortunately, I have to give it away. really unfortunately. This one would be, again, a keeper. The limbs are not too wide. They're nice and thick, and I think even in ancient times they were not that thin when you see horn, wood and sinew. So I think this is close to the original. The shape is very nice, and the rest, build quality, of course, it's outstanding. He loves what he is doing, and you can see this in every of his bows. Really nice. Suggestion, would I have a suggestion, a wish? I wish that every bow builder would include 2 bowstrings. Why? Last time this bow from Indonesia had 2 bowstrings. It doesn't cost a lot for the bow builder, but you know, you are out and you shoot, and it can always happen that the center serving comes up and you are out in the field, so you have the chance to replace it directly with the second string, or you break the string or you lose the string, then you have a replacement, then you order directly the next one. So you don't have to wait. So of course you send it very quickly, but I need to go home, need to order a string, and it takes 3-4 days until it's here. So, and this time I can't shoot. If there would be a second string, I directly can shoot it, and then I order another string and it will be here in 3-4 days and everything is fine. Such a nice bow. Wow. Very, very cool. So this is all I have to say to this bow. Impressive. Look at this pretty bow. Shall I show you some close-ups? You want to see close-ups here? Ooh, look. Seer, Kazan, Bash. Quite short for a bow length of this. And then this is all from here onwards. Bending section, bending section. And here starts the fade out of the riser. Awesome. Then you have this nice shape here. Really pretty. A really pretty bow. And of course, Paragon logo. And the writings are here. It's the serial number, and then 37 at 28 and 44 at 31. Everything, you see it, the string, bridges, everything really nice made. 32 inches, 33 inches, awesome. You don't find a lot of bows that draw this length comfortably, stable and awesome. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, patrons. I'll catch you in the next one.